Hi all, my name is Rajesh Kumar. Today I'm going to discuss second part of book How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, written by Dale Carnegie. In my previous book, I have left previous book mean previous part 1 session. I have left on don't try to saw the sawdust. Add from that, today I want to start this session by saying a prayer which have lot more impact on human kindness and you people's life along with me. So let's start. This is like this. If you can't be pine on the top of the hill, be a scrub in the valley, but be the best little scrub by the side of rail. Be a bush if you can't be a tree, but the best bush which can make a difference in everyone's life. If you can't be a bush, be a grass, but be. If you can't be a muskie, be a bass, but be. It is all about means to say we all not have born to be captains. We have to be creatures. There is everything. There is a lot of things for each and everyone. Only thing what we have to do is near. So instead of wasting time, just choose and select one and move ahead. Rather than wasting time for something best to happen. Best is happen only when we will be in mid of something. We will in continuation of something. Then only best will automatically happen. In fact, we need not to say. Will not come to know that it is our best. This is actually beauty of best. He itself, he see itself. Don't let us know that he or she is best. Means that particular thing is best. So, moral of the story is instead of wasting our life in waiting, we have to choose something and we have to go on. Worry, which ruined our life, is actually grassroot of not not doing anything. Or you can say we have plenty of time left with us, which forces us to indulge ourselves in worrisome situations. Ultimately, God make human not to understand life, but to live life. Alright? So, this prayer, as far as worry is concerned, because this book is written about worry, solving worry techniques and resting. So, as far as worry is concerned, prayer have very great significance in reducing worry. In fact, lot of indigenous people, lot of great personalities of globe, which never start their day without praying. In fact, they never go on bed till last hours of the night without praying. So, prayer have great power to change everything. Prayer have power to change everything. But only thing we have some fat, we have lot of fat in that invisible power, invisible Almighty. So, after this poem, which I've said, few lines of that, witness a lot about life. And next thing is, as far as God is concerned, we have to every night and every morning, especially in every night, whenever we are going forward, we have to read this prayer. What is that prayer? That prayer is something which is written here. Let me read it. It is all about. It is all about showing something. Lord, make me a Thai instrument. Lord, make me a Thai instrument of a peace. Where there is hatred, let me show love. Where there is dark, let me show light. Where there is despair, let me show hope. Where there is, what's that called? Trouble, let me show hope. O Divine Master, grant me that power, that I may not seek much to be consoled as to console. I may not seek so much to understood as to understand. The joy I feel in giving instead of receiving. If I'll give, automatically you will take care of me. Oh God, make me, let me go in that eternal life where everything is fair and beautiful, and that is worryless. Worry don't have any place where let me be there, and I can't reach there without your gratitude. So, moral of the story is worry means prayer have indignant power to change everything, to reduce, and if we are worryless, our potential, our, you can say, that unknown power which sparks some sort of energy in us will automatically get doubled. So what we need to do, we need to do what is essential, and we have to remember 8 words that can transform our life. This is very essential word, and it's not just for saying, it really transform people's life. And if these things can transform our life, then there need not to have any sort of worry as far as our lives and our profession are concerned. Let's fill our mind with thought of peace, courage, health, and hope. Our life is what our thoughts make it. This is that 8 words which can transform your life. That 8 words are: our life is what our thoughts make it. Our life is what our thoughts make it. You are not what you think you are. Even you are what you think you are. You are not what you think you are. You are what you think you are. If you are able to understand, well and good. If you are not able to understand, left, mention it in comment. I'll explain. Next thing is, never try to, what's that? Never try to get even. We have not to try to get even with our enemies. Do you know why? When you try to get even, in fact, when we come to know that these are our enemies, they want to take advantage of our goodwill of our, instead of trying to harm them, we have to cut off them from our lives. That will be somewhat better, because when we are trying to compete with our enemies, when we are trying to get even with our enemies, instead of disbalancing their life, their act, we are actually disbalancing ourselves by putting our time, energy, and peace. Which time, which energy, which peace you have to devote, make your life, your well wishes better. We are assigning that time just because of trying to be even for those whom actually we don't want have under consideration in long run. So why to waste? Competitive is a bit separate spirit, but try to get even is somewhat a part of jealousy. We have to avoid it. It is not said by me. Of course, I have implemented, I have practiced a lot all these principles to adopt in my life. But it is said by one of the best renowned author of such a fictitious book, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. So, what is that? That is, he told, let's remember, if we will not expect ingratitude, then we are going to be happiest person in the world. Just give something, not just because of receiving something in awage of that. That is gratitude. Of course, if somebody is giving something, means he deserve, he have that. Just give something by the joy of giving, instead of expecting in return of something that. Of course, it is human nature. If we are giving something, we expect some sort of gratitude, at least gratitude. But a lot of people, Jesus, who had lived approximately 15 people who were bounded, but he get only one thanked him for his task. So why we expect more than what Jesus get? This is human nature. So, moral of the story is, instead of expecting, if you're giving something, you have to give it for the joy of giving. As far as gratitude is concerned, it is a cultivated fruit. So, if you want your children should be grateful, teach them, learn them this trait to be grateful. Let's not imitate others. Let's find ourselves and be ourselves. It will make a difference in our life instead of imitation. Imitation might be just for short span of time, make you highlight, but in parallel, it will harm you more than you thought it could be. Imitation is, in fact, in was that I think Walder have mentioned in his book Self Reliance. In fact, a student in his life, at least one time, he will realize imitation is suicide. Imitation is suicide, and by his ignorance. So, we are not a student. So what? We have to realize right now, in by his ignorance, and imitation is suicide. Ralph Waldo have mentioned this quote is in Hedge, one of most prestigious essay, Self-Reliance. As far as next is about future prospect, about future, how we will shape our future. It is well saying, if fate hand over us a lemon, we should make it a lemonade. I still remember when actor Irfan Khan was counting his last breath. He says that it is well known saying, when life hand over a lemon to you, you have to make a lemonade. But in real, just for converting that lemon into lemonade, we spend our whole life. That is journey from making a lemon to lemonade. But someone have to make it. Lot of people who are enough fortunate, they need not to, in fact, put effort to convert that lemon into lemonade. But that is destiny. Some type in mind, some other, you know, generation, you will born in some other form, if we'll get born of human, it might will get in that territory where, in fact, if we will not be forced to have some sort of effort to make lemonade from lemon, but as of now, where we are, it is essential. So next is, let's forget our own happiness. Happiness is what? Happiness comes from what? Happiness comes from only success. Happiness comes from achievement. Happiness not comes from joy. So, for some instant, we will forget our happiness and help someone to become happiness, at least a bit. If we are able to make someone happy for a moment, we will be able to make ourselves happier for whole life. This is overall saying about the book. How to stop worrying and start living. Part second. That's all. Thank you. We will see you guys in third section, where I'll illustrate rest part of the book. How to stop worrying and start living.